Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here, and today we have something very interesting. Zacian Crown is being suspect tested in Ubers. What that means is that Zacian Crown has potential to be banned from the Pokemon Sword and Shield Ubers tier. And the last time we saw a Pokemon being banned from Ubers, that's when we had Mega Rayquaza in the Ubers tier. So this would be the second Pokemon ever banned from, all formats of competitive, besides Anything Goes, which it's anything goes. It's not a competitive format. It's there so you can have whatever fun you want while playing with whatever you want, right? And I believe Mega Rayquaza and if Zacian gets banned, Zacian would be the only two. Discounting the Mega Gengar Shadow Tag fiasco that happened, that actually made Chaos, the owner of Smogon, step in, create the Anything Goes tier, and stuff with Rayquaza. So it's really, really interesting to see that this Pokemon may end up being banned. Now, I do want to know your thoughts before we actually start laddering, because I haven't played too much Ubers this generation, I'll be honest. So we're going to be starting from the bottom and just climbing up. The Ubers tier is really weird. Like, you can have someone pulling up with Gary's team from, whatever game, right? Or, I don't know why I said that, like, I don't know. But I said Gary, but I obviously meant Blue. So, like, Blue's team. Or, like, Red's team or Ash's team. Or you'll have somebody that's a total tryhard, but like they can be all around, right? So because people are actually suspect testing and laddering on the suspect ladder, figured to be fine like that. So let's actually see why Zacian is being suspect tested. And so ever since DLC 2's release, Zacian Crown has consistently been an overwhelming offensive presence. I would argue that ever since Zacian Crown has been released, the combination of its 148 speed tier, high bulk, and great defensive typing ensures that it's difficult to revenge kill. I mean, it gets a +1 attack every single when it comes in. A base 170 attack stat, Intrepid Sword, and a potent move pool ensures that it echoes a good chunk of the offensive metagame, largely forcing you to rely on defensive counterplay in order to contain it. The main defensive switch-ins are Necrozma, Necrozma, struggle to sustainably switch into Zacian Crown if hazard on the field, assurance into close combat KOs, Necrozma, Dustmane. Morning Sun is a rather weak recovery move with only APP and heals far less in rain. Note that if Necrozma Dustmane's HP falls below about 90%, it can no longer reliably counter Zacian Crown. That's crazy. Crown's Dustmane might choose to run heavy-duty boots or utility umbrella instead to help circumvent these problems, but this is often suboptimal as without Rocky Helmet, it fails to punish Zacian Crown for repeatedly attacking it on the switch-in and struggles versus Swords Dance variants. The other option is to run Quagsire, but Quagsire is easily abusable given that it's forced to recover every time it's attacked by Zacian Crown, and Quagsire struggles to check much of the Ubers metagame at all. By using it to check a Zygarde, Zekrom, or Groudon, you risk getting status, knocked off, or chipped, leaving it unable. And I'm assuming if I click on this, there's like a replay. Haha! And I'm assuming what happens here is they do something to check something, and then Zacian overwhelms the team. It looks like it. Leaving it unable to then switch into Zacian Crown. Due to Zacian's aforementioned bulk and speed tier, once the defensive counterplay is removed, the game usually ends. And I'm assuming this is a replay that says that. Zacian Crown is difficult to check. While Scarfers or Calyrex Shadow may force it to switch out, its bulk enables it to easily switch back in at various points of the game in order to pick up KOs. We chose to suspect Zacian Crown first before Calyrex Shadow for numerous reasons. We believe Zacian Crown is even more problematic to handle in the team builder. It's common to see all of Necrozma, Dustmane, Quagsire, and backup checks such as defensive Groudon, Ho-Oh, Zygarde, Complete, and a Scarfer as the event in which Zacian Crown defeats his primary counter is extremely common. While Calyrex Shadow forces the use of Yveltal or more rarely Tyranitar, you generally don't need to add backup checks such as Calyrex Shadow doesn't Calyrex Shadow doesn't defeat Yveltal as easily. It's crazy too because when you look at the I have my thoughts on the usage stats as well. Speaking of that, but when you look at the usage stats here, Yveltal is #1 because of Calyrex, and it checks a whole bunch. But look how high they up are. Hopefully this shows. This, am I recording? Good. Look how high they up are on the usage, man. On 60% of teams. That means you flip a coin, and heads, it's heads or tails, 50-50. But with this, it means like if heads is the option. It's more likely that you'll get heads and that the Zacian's on the team. That's crazy. And then you have the counters as well. This is almost on 50% of teams specifically for that Pokemon. So that's really cool. Obviously, I mean, that's what they're talking about, like, as it's a pain in the team builder, restricting. Reminds me of Urshifu, except to a more extreme extent. You don't generally need to add backup checks as Calyrex Shadow doesn't defeat Yveltal as easily. Sub-Leech Seed sets aren't too difficult for Yveltal to defeat, as Snarl, Taunt, or U-Turn with a Revenge Killer are all common. That's a little easier to fit on teams. Choice variants rely on tricking Yveltal. I mean, I don't have to read this. This is why they're not suspecting Calyrex Shadow, but that has nothing to do with suspecting Zacian. and you can Calyrex, blah, blah, blah. We believe Zacian is able to perform better in unfavorable matchups compared with Calyrex Shadow. Additionally, if Zacian is banned, with Calyrex Shadow will become much more manageable, stacking the Cross and Dust main. Groudon, Zygarde complete, multiple Calyrex Shadow weakened Pokemon wouldn't be as common anymore. Okay, I'm not really a big fan of this paragraph because its argument for Zacian is that, or like at least I don't think you should be talking too much about Calyrex in a thing like that. I think that like this paragraph was enough. This is more like, this is one of those paragraphs that might be torn apart in like an OU thread because like, oh, this isn't talking about Calyrex, so why are you mentioning all this stuff? But I understand, I guess, for those that are newer to it, why they see it as more. But either way, back to Zacian, exactly. As touched upon earlier, Zacian Crown has two main options for its set. Swords Dance enable it to focus on sweeping and insurance aimed at tackling the various forms of counterplay. One may attempt to switch the Necrozma Dust main into Zacian Crown immediately. However, if Stealth Rocker spikes it up, they risk taking a boosted Assurance, likely leading to a loss. Otherwise, they attempt to scout Assurance with Ho or Zygarde complete, but this risks Zacian Crown using Swords Dance due to Zacian's incredible bulk and come in incredibly easily and force many difficult scenarios. Basically, counterplay is limited. It's extremely restricted on team building. They suspected it. So, what does that mean? Let's freaking hit the ladder and find out. Now, I actually have watched quite a bit of Ubers this generation, but I have not played as much as I usually do. Uber actually sometimes is my favorite tier. I don't know if it's a lack of Arceus being in the tier that I'm not liking as much, but what the hell? Okay. This is what I'm talking about, by the way. You'll get this, or you'll get something else. I'm going to pause it. Oops, wrong neighborhood. Get the hell out of here then, bro. Get the hell. Don't make me get Big Brother. I'll get Big Brother right now. Don't. This is. Why are you. Why am I being roleplayed? Alright, so. I'm going to pause it until. Don't you dare touch the shadow. I'm going to pause it until I find a battle that seems worthy of this. We'll be right back. Alright, so after fighting the Little Cup dude and having them say good game, close game. And then fighting Mono Fairy with the Zacian. We have finally found a game with Ubers. I just wanted to show those because like I didn't lose to the Little Cup guys. Don't worry. I wasn't trying to not embarrass myself. So a few things. Kyogre is a giant threat, but I'm assuming that we're special defensive Eternatus. Oh, you guys can go to my website, by the way, if you guys want this team. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I'm on my way to 300,000 subscribers is my end of the year goal. So if you want to help me get there, feel free to subscribe. If you don't care about me getting there, you know what? That's completely fine too. It looks like Zacian comes out. I'm adamant. Damn. Is this like a standard set? Interesting. Anyway, I'm adamant. I click buttons. My Necrozma helps me check theirs. I click Thunder Wave versus them. I have Snarl for Calyrex. I'm not worried about that set either. Ooh, Specs Calyrex looks incredible here. I love the idea of Eternatus because I get a Toxic or Dynamax Cannon off, and it doesn't look like I lose to anything besides their Calyrex, which I have Yveltal as a switching, and that gives me a knockoff. So I like Eternatus. I feel like it doesn't lose to too much at the start. In terms of how I switch into this Pokemon, I'm assuming it's going to be Zygarde. I don't think I let this thing take a hit because Kyogre is a problem. And this can also threaten a lot on their team. So I think I go out into my Zygarde here. I suppose I could Ice Punch first, but that won't kill me. It'll activate my Father form. So I'll become Father, and then I'll be able to threaten them with a Toxic as they end up going out to Zygarde. I'm going to sub first just in case they're Glare. Because I'm max speed on my Zygarde. Wow, max speed. What are the EVs? Interesting. I'm sure Luna has like a entire reasoning behind this, but it looks like Zygarde wins if I get a Toxic off on their own, assuming they're not Rest. So, that's perfect. I'll Toxic here. Now, Dragon Tail could mean that they are... Ooh, they're not Rest. That's like the best case scenario right there. That they sub and they just take damage. Oh, I'm completely fine with that too. Especially because I should 100% be faster. And unless Marshallow's Focus Sash, it won't be able to stop me. I don't have Sucker Punch on Yveltal though, so I probably have to be careful. Yeah, I just Dragon Dance up. Unless there's sub Dragon Dance Rest. And I know that after 2 Dragon Dances, I'll 100% be faster than them. Or after 1, apparently. Okay, they went for Dragon Tail. So, I know for a fact I'm faster here. Just because I was faster before. They do get their Father form, though. Ooh, it's shiny. I didn't even realize that. Look at it not even hiding behind its substitute, dude. I see you. I'm going to get my Father form, too, soon. Plus, Dragon Tail can mist. Again, if they are Rest, it's a little bit annoying, but that means they can't touch Zacian, so it's not the end of the world. And they die in 2 turns. Nice. Okay, so, I mean, there's no reason to attack them. They're behind a sub. I might as well Might as well Dragon Dance up again, right? Like, they're gonna data poison here. This is just sub-toxic Dragon Dance. Is that what they were? So they die here to poison. If Marshall comes out, I am switching. But this +3 is gonna be nice because, I mean, I kill everything else. Calyrex Shadow come. No freaking way, dude. What? No. It's 647? No way. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Like, I'm assuming they. No, so if had my opponent done that and then went Marshadow, that's a play I would make, right? That I pretend I don't have a Focus Sash, so I sack him on or bring something else out. But no. No. Father is here. It's Big Papa right now. Now, if they do this to bring out Marshadow now, I'm still gonna switch. But that's not the case. So again, we have to be careful. I would always switch versus Marshadow, just in case it's Focus Sash, goes for Spectral Thief, and then Revenge kills me because I don't have Sucker Punch on my month. So I would 100% switch versus Marshadow, even if I was +6 and they had 1 Pokemon left. Ooh, okay, so I love sub-toxic Zygarde in this game. First off, its speed tier is really good. Secondly, it's very hard for them to beat. They have no resist to Calyrex, so that's nice, and I'm Specs as well. Lele is checked by Necrozma, but I have to be careful because obviously Zacian can overwhelm me, but Calyrex also does a lot of damage to that, I'm assuming. And I'm assuming my own Zacian looks like it takes a +2 attack. I'm going to be real. Like, it looks like it takes +2 attack. So I get off a close combat if worse comes to worse. I want Rocks up. I want the chip on Marshadow. I want all that. So I'm leaning towards Necrozma, considering it also doesn't lose to Lele. And if they go with this, I have this. I have a good switch into basically every mon on their team. So, yeah. Best case for me. Nature's Madness doesn't matter. Focus Blast doesn't matter. I want that Rocks chip. I feel like that's going to help Calyrex just kill everything. They also have Psychic Terrain plus Marshadow. Is this Thunder Wave or what is this supposed to do here? Thunder Wave. Calm Mind Earth Power. I'm Spadef on Eternatus, so it's just defog. Okay. Maybe they Dragon Tail or they are Thunder Wave. Great. But I get the Toxic off of them. So in terms of what wants to come in, Mystical Fire hits Lele as well as Zacian Crown. And they can't really do much. It looks like they're going for potentially like Whirlwind or something like that. We get in Zygarde here. I don't know what their set is supposed to be with this, but I'll just ground them. Unless Ice Beam is their only attack. And even though I can easily like touch them here, I'm not gonna like I can knock them out, but I don't want to get Zacian back from them. So I'd much rather them not get a +2 Zacian versus me. And we'll just Mystical Fire. Hits Lele. I don't want to knock out Lugia on my own. And plus getting the special attack drop, really good for me. So right back, I get to get out Rocks now. I gotta be careful. I read that thread. It said if I get under 90%, I'm not a check to this Pokemon. So I gotta make sure I'm above 90% always. Gotta make sure. Is this just Roost, dude? This is not even like a strong. It's not a good set. It's just annoying because I don't want to kill it and then let the Ditto copy me back. I gotta be careful about that. Man, you know what? There's no way the Thunder Wave here. Let me just do it. Forget it. Forget about being careful. Let Ditto come in, wreak havoc. I don't know what their necessarily set is, so I'm just gonna be safe. I'm below the Morning Sun. This is why you have to be careful around Zacian. I can't even get initiative with like Rocks or something. Oh, I have Aromatherapy. What am I saying? On my own, like I can get a kill with Calyrex, or I can just click Aromatherapy at any given point. I'm gonna let Lugia go down. Shoot, they can't do crap to me. Go ahead. Defog away my rod, bro. Like I'm not gonna Stun Steel Strike right here. Stun Steel Strike, so you take damage. Yo, that does so much. What type of Lugia? What type of fake Lugia is this? So best case for me is my opponent doesn't play this well, and they defog instead of like Thunder Waving at a given point. Yeah, because then I end up with Rocks. And again, I'm only doing this for Marshadow, potentially Sash. So that was like literally best case. Did not click Thunder Wave. I don't have to care about anything. I got them Rocks chip. Calyrex comes out. I have an Yveltal with Snarl just in case it's sub. And even though Zacian's going to come out, I'm just going to Roost here as they go Lele. Could have Snarled there, but it's better to keep Zacian healthy. Like, I guess this is what they mean. Like, you have to be defensive in your counter plays or things. Now, I could go Zacian here and just try and mess somebody up. Maybe that is my play. And then I just Thunder Wave the Ditto. That way I can mess them up with something. I'm going to do it. Let me just get a kill. Whatever. the strongest moves. Let me get their kill, so they go back out into their Ditto after. But we at least get rid of Lele there. Nice, that's not going to force out my Yveltal anymore. Obviously, Ditto's going to come out and get +2. This is actually kind of scary, but it has to close combat to kill me. Which means I get in Calyrex after, and I can get a kill after, and that allows them, and I get in Yveltal. Oh, this is nice. This is like dominoes, bro. Yeah, go in close combat and kill me. Freaking dominoing out here. Let's go. Hey, how are you? I like this. I like the way that works. Bro, facts. Hey, my team, dude. I'm surprised you gave that to me, though. Gonna be completely honest there. I'm glad the Ditto went down, but I'm surprised you gave it to me. Marshadow can come out and Spectral Thief me now. I'm assuming, again, Zygarde is a decent answer, especially because I can just click Glare. That's... Oof. I like Toxic first on potentially this. I would have Dragon Dance, but I'm not sure if it was the correct play right there, because I think I need a little bit more damage on this Mon to knock it out. And even if they go back out into Zacian, it doesn't matter. I just need a little bit. I just click. Right now, I basically click Knockoff. I click Knockoff, I get Chip. Yeah, not worried about this Pokemon at all. Nice. Cool. So, I mean, I think that was just a scenario where I had enough defensive backbone in order to deal with my opponent's teams. And these teams all look very similar. Looks like I'm going to be clicking Astral, whatever here. Actually, no, it looks like Zacian's going to be the best Pokemon with rocks. Have fun, buddy. Kyogre's very annoying. Kyogre's very annoying. I do not switch into it if it's Spec. I'd rather have a Turnus as a lead and Toxic and Mystical Fire, so I'm always leaning towards a Turnus as they go Calyrex Shadow, and I have my Yveltal now. If they trick Yveltal, annoying. Very annoying. This is an odd play, though, because I can knock this thing off immediately. So this is like... I think they just expected me to Dynamax Cannon there, but I'm completely fine with getting rid of the Zygarde's item. And again, I have my own my way of dealing with this. So I don't want this thing to be paralyzed. What is their set? Zygarde is decent though. Subdragon and Zygarde is decent. What do you let get paralyzed in this team? Calyrex, actually, you know what? Calyrex ain't even as good as I thought. And I can always aromatherapy if I get a free turn, so it's fine. I'd rather Calyrex get paralyzed, potentially paralyzed. And if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure they don't kill me in one hit and I KO them back. Also, if they're bulky, I'm fairly confident I'm faster. So we're going to knock out Zygarde right there. Yep. Oh, awesome. Great. Didn't even have to worry about that. Also, 317 isn't that fast. Yveltal comes out. Counters include Zacian. Looks like Zacian is one of my main answers here. I don't see a reason not to bring it out. They might Sucker Punch as well, as they Snarl. And from this scenario, because my own Necrozma isn't as great as theirs is versus them, I'm going to double out into Necrozma to knock off their own Necrozma. Excuse me, to get up Stealth Rock versus it, so it takes Chip for later. And then Thunder Wave it. What do I lose from that? Like, there isn't a threat. Hell yeah, and now I get in sub Zygarde and I mess something up. So we sub once. Sub allows me to get Father Form. Sick, they can't even break my sub now, so I can Dragon Dance up. Yeah, because they're going to do a lot less. Uh-oh. Oh, they crit me there. That's okay though, as they bring out a Yveltal, and I can just go for Toxic on the Yveltal, and that actually makes my Calyrex goes from being not the strongest in this game to incredibly threatening, because I get the Toxic off an Yveltal, so it will be very limited on its ability to come in. Because it's so limited, I'm just going to go for damage on a Yveltal. Yeah, because it can't beat me 1v1. That's great. Calyrex just goes in. That's awesome. I'll take it. Hell yeah, like, I mean, nothing wants to take this hit as well, and I get the same roll, which is great. To Kyogre, if it's Scarf Ice Beam, it will be able to outspeed me. Let's see, though. But if it does, I just get a kill with Calyrex right after. Oh, they do crit me, which is very unfortunate. But I get to bring out the GOAT. Well, the horse. Whatever. It sucks that they crit me because they wouldn't have killed me because Water Spout is obviously weakened. I'm surprised they went for that. But I'm assuming they were like modest or something. We get our special attack raise. We basically kill everything on their team. They can go their own Calyrex here. But I get an Yveltal now. And I simply click knockoff as I don't have to worry about what they bring out. I also get a kill with Zacian whenever that comes out too. Zacian gets a kill on this thing as well. Black Sludge, it's good. I bring out Zacian now. I'm gonna Assurance first because if they stay in, I get the kill with my I'm gonna Assurance just in case they go out into Necrozma. But I don't really care about. I will lose Zacian to Eternatus to just get my kill immediately with Calyrex right after. So I think it's like win-win. And if they are not heavy to do boots, then I beat them 1v1 with this. So cool. I mean, who cares? I go for play rough now. I'm +1. I'm adamant. They die. Like it's a scenario where who the hell cares what they did there? Calyrex comes out. I'll give them this kill here. Get to bring out you and click knockoff. I'll live this hit. Yum, they didn't crit me like they did every other mon. And they lose to my Calyrex. Clean. Oof, move my feet, man. I'm sliding across my chair. Not bad. Ooh. Yeah. Oh my god, that's funny. Alright, I'll pause until we find the battle, guys. We'll be right back. So I love my opponent's team right here. I like that they have Xerneas. I think this is really cool, like Xerneas plus like Zacian to overwhelm the Necrozma. I think that a Toxic Eternatus is going to go in this game because it's just Mystical Fire, Dynamax Cannon. Toxic is amazing versus their squad, so I'm going to lead off with that. It also eats the hit from Kyogre if it's Specs. And Toxic and Xerneas obviously goes a long way as well, so we're going to do that. Overraise, go towards that end game. I love that we can't miss Toxic either, which is so cool. They're going to go for Calm Mind here. Now, I like Calyrex in this game, so I got to be a little bit careful. Oh, no, I don't. That's great. Hey, you don't need them boosts. You don't need those boosts. I don't know if they have rest. If they're rest, whatever. But it doesn't matter if this is 5, right? As long as they can't... Oh, they are rest. They're 100% rest. Okay, so they're going to rest up right now. For sure. So I'll go Zacian and threaten them with Wild Charge. And by that I just mean I click play rough here because I don't have to predict the... they can't kill me in one hit. They have to get Scald and Burned to be a threat. Oh my god, I spoke it to life, didn't I? Yeah, but they had to get Scald there and Burned it. And I'm play roughing because if they go Quagsire, I get damage off of them, so... Plus I want to see how much... Wait, dude, this is Adamant. Do you take that? Yeah, I'm about to say, like, yo, I'm happy that mon's dead. Now I have the most useless Yveltal in the world on my team. Quagsire comes out. I did call it useless, but it can knock off, which is great. Dude, it did 1,000,000 damage. Alright, time to get kills. So, as much as I love this mon, I feel like Zacian's going to knock out Kyogre in the end, so I'm just going to Astro. Take 1,000,000 damage from... This does 100%? Yo! I have not played Ubers, man. Yeah, you better. Alright, well, 58%. Every mon dies. This has been fun. Go ahead and give me a Yveltal. Every mon dies. Besides, well, Quagsire doesn't die. I'm assuming it takes a lot, but it's unaware, obviously. Now, if they go out to Xerneas, that dies. For sure. Earthquake, Scald. We'll go Eternatus here. I don't really have to worry about Earthquake. Ain't gonna do too much anyway. They may just click it as well as they go Kyogre. Because I have the most useless Yveltal, as I mentioned 1,000,000 times, I'm just gonna go out to Yveltal and just click knockoff. I'll spam it, though they are physically defensive. I'm pretty sure. I'll sack it versus Quagsire to get in sub Dragon Dance this. 38%. Oh, I would rather them KO me if possible. Perfect. Like, actually perfect. I'm just going to click Wild Charge. I'm not trying to miss versus this Pokemon. Yeah, because I think their play was to I miss, and then they go out into that mon and beat me. Hopefully, this doesn't die. to +2 attack because I want to just wild charge Xerneas instead of, so I can get enough damage to Sunsteel Strike him. Okay, we Toxic you. Perfect. Oh, what am I doing? This could lose me the game if they Geomancy. Yeah, or do something like that. Like something that won't get them any damage anyway, but it could lose me the game if they do something like that. So, and I win the game with, God, this is going to be so annoying. I'm just going to go hard Zygarde. I'm tired of this. Go hard Zygarde here. Sub, Toxic, win. Become father so they can't beat me. Well, I don't become father this turn. There's no point Dragon Dance again. We know they have Unaware, so I don't have to do any of that. So I just 1,000 arrow spam. Unless their rest is their last move, which I don't think they can afford. I think sometimes they're protect. Nice. Nice. Alright. Oh, God, I didn't realize that, like, choice. I mean, it has, like, 637 special attack, but I didn't realize it Okos. I guess that's just 0 bulk. Like, I'm assuming Mines tanks the hit, which is why that's cool. It makes me want to do an Ubers Road top 10. It does. And I think that if that mon truly is as threatening as everybody says it is, oh. Wow. Insane threats right here. How do I beat Groudon? How is that Grom? They definitely have Taunt on there, this. I think I click button with Calyrex. Yo. Do I? If I had Behemoth Blade, I'd lead off with Zacian, but I think I just click button with Calyrex. I haven't played versus offense, so I'm not sure like the thank you, fam. Have fun. Appreciate you. Defogging versus Kyogre seems possible. Yeah. So maybe I can force in Kyogre. We're just gonna Specs and hit them. I'm assuming that's Taunt Life Orb of Yveltal. 60%. Wow, what a threat, man. Holy crap, man. What a threat, yo. What a threat, baby. I'll go Yveltal, just in case they're modest and not max speed as they go for knockoff there. And we're gonna see if we can defog. Because again, I am 308 speed. I'm not sure if that makes a huge difference, but I get the best possible turn, and this is going to make it so I can't miss Thunder Wave, so that's great too. Now they are faster than me after this, but that's okay. Oh, okay, never mind, they're not. They're a bulkier variant. Sick. Well, time to go and abuse this beast. And click this again. They're Life Orb on there, so I don't think they take this well at all. Hey! Not that Mon. I mean, that Mon dies, obviously. Yveltal comes out. I'll sack this because I can snarl the Groudon. Groudon can't kill Zygarde anyway in one hit, so. My bad. I don't know what was the best play, but I feel like this was. And this should still kill them. Great. Pretty sure my Zacian lives every one hit from Zekrom, so I'm going to go hard Zacian because I'm bulky. Let's go right for play rough. I should live. Yep, because I'm bulky. We do manage to land too, and they're not some sort of weird berry. Can still keep this thing alive because I can wall charge Kyogre as well. As they are Scarf. I mean, this is Spec, so I'm going to click damage. I wonder if they have Sucker. As long as I have Eternatus, I'm not going to lose. And I'm faster than Yveltal, so I get a Dynamax cannon off on something, so I don't really care. Nice special tag drop. I like Toxic here better overall. Because, again, I will be able to beat the Kyogre 1v1. I'll eat this up easily. Easily. I could Mystical Fire, but I think that Toxic is fine. Yep. And let's assume that my opponent freezes me here, which would be annoying at the worst case scenario. Actually, let me Dynamax Cannon. Let me just limit the amount that Kyogre can do versus me. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'll just go for this. If they Sucker Punch, so be it. If they don't have it, it doesn't matter. Pretty sure I just bring you out and go for Dragon Dance here, as they died up Poison. If they don't go for Oblivion Wind, they died up Poison there. So good game, dude. Nice. Nice. Now I don't know if I played that to the best, like to how I should have, but I mean it's a learning experience at the end of the day. So that's all that matters. Okay, so similar. Oh, there's a Ditto. I couldn't see it for a second. It's very similar. Zacian, they can't touch like certain mons at times, so we should be okay. Click button with Calyrex seems like the best case. Eternus matchup is okay. Liking the Yveltal matchup though. I'm liking the early knock, but their own Eternus is annoying. Sub Dragon Dance Zygarde looks pretty nice, and my Calyrex looks very scary for them to deal with. I'm just trying to think, like, how do I beat Yveltal lead? I'm just gonna go Eternus and just Toxic it. They end up going off this. Like, this mon just invites in the. Oh, this guy has a lot of points. This person already has Rex, most likely. What are the? Oh, okay. Yeah, this person definitely already has Rex. I wonder if they trick immediately. I want a Toxic here so badly because I have an Yveltal. I'm a Toxic. And I I made the worst play possible that turn. So now Eternus wasn't crazy this game, but it meant I get a Toxic off an Yveltal. I thought obviously it was a bad play. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That was a terrible play on my part. It was something that could at least stall the Necrozma for a bit. But I get a knockoff here, which is cool. I'm surprised. I feel like Astro Barrage was like the freest, but I mean I respect their play. Always you. Got a Morning Sun here on their Yveltal, which is something I don't switch into too well. And their Yveltal always gets a defog, which is annoying. I wish like Helmet in this scenario would punish them a little bit, but they're already range of Calyrex. So I have to try and win with my Calyrex. Oh, you know why Eternus is important? Because they're going to be able to close combat me. Oh boy, that's gonna be nasty. Okay, well, that chip on Zacian is really actually nice because I have the Thunder Wave here. They're gonna trick. I'm gonna make the Zacian play on trick. If they don't trick, great play anyway. But hey, I'll take it. Hell yeah, I'll take it. Score for Assurance here. It's free. It knocks out this and it hits. It's Necrozma. I want to go Zacian just in case they tricked, because at that point, if Yveltal got tricked, I'm a little bit worried about Eternus, and like I like Yveltal's ability to knock off here. I like the Thunder Wave play anyway, all around, but I didn't let my my Necrozma recover, so I'm not sure if that was the strongest for me. Nothing to go Ditto, which can't knock me out with anything, and I get a close combat off on Ditto, so I think I'll take that. I'm a close combat here. Yeah. Good damage. Good damage all around. Does Necrozma take 2 of these? Oh, okay, thank God it does. What a good Pokemon. What a good Pokemon. So, Ditto has 2 Stealth Rock switches left. This can get in their Yveltal. I love how they're weakening me, lowering my Morning Suns. I think that's so smart the way they're using it. Ooh, and I'm loving my Zygarde even more, especially with Ditto at 15%. My Zygarde looking kind of nice. Yveltal should eventually come out. I did let my Zacian take a hit, so it might make a difference. I have to be very careful about their own Yveltal now. Once I get that sub up versus them, I think I'm good. So at least we're at 100%. I get in my own here as they click knock. They don't click knock. So I get into Crosman now. Foul play, knock off, U-turn. Same thing. I like knocking on them as well because once I get, if I manage to get up rocks, I'm in a strong spot versus with Astral, whatever. Perfect. Stealth Rock up first. KO right after. Ooh. Did I misplay this turn? Did I misplay this turn? I think I might have misplayed that turn because... Okay, never mind. I'm roosted now, so I should be in a good spot. How am I beating their... So I can sub up with Zygarde. That's the important part. I had to go there, I think. Because they have to go Ditto after. Damn, I might have misplayed like keeping my my Yveltal low. Okay, I'm starting to understand why Zacian is broken. Because Ditto comes out now for free. Or Ditto should come out now, rather. And that gives me a Yveltal on one hit. Damn, I kind of regret not hitting Ditto more because, like, in the long run, maybe I should just attack Ditto. I want to bring out Zacian to force that out. Okay, I need to force this thing out again. So now I double out into Zygarde on... Why? Alright, we're adamant, so I had to go for that attack there. But damn, man, the fact that they went that long is wild for me. They could U-turn here. I need to force in this Pokemon so I can get in my Zygarde. Damn, I don't think I killed him in one hit. I really don't. Okay, I think I do now. Because I sub here, so they can't kill me. They actually break my sub. Oh, I just became father. They don't break my sub now. Sick. So we Dragon Dance again. And I just make sure they can't sub up, basically. I'm getting as many DD as possible because I have to make sure that Yveltal... I have to make sure that I kill Yveltal in one hit. Dude, the fact that that thing didn't die is wild to me. Don't tell me knockoff breaks my sub. I feel like it doesn't. Come on. I won. Let's go. This is the position I was trying to fight for all game. This was the position I was fighting for all game, guys. That was what I was fighting for all game. Literally that. I'm so glad. I'm so glad Zygarde was able to do it. Like, legit. I'm so glad that Zygarde was able to do it there. And the fact that Yveltal has to run some depth. I didn't think I knocked out Yveltal one hit, so I felt like I needed to Dragon Dance again. But I'm really, really glad that Zygarde basically completed the whole thing. That is literally the position I fighted for. I made all them doubles. I made... What was it? I don't know why they switched out turns, but you know what? I take that. And I made that double into that double, so I die here to bring out that to sub, Dragon Dance, sub again, Dragon... They shouldn't have switched out turns. That was like a choke play, in my opinion. Because I think all they needed was these guys to win. But this is the position I was trying to get all game, and I felt like they played it super strongly for a bit. And then they just like, I'm going to go out into Necrozma. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on Zacian. Definitely a threat. And yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say, right? We are, what is it? 9-0? Doesn't really matter. We are a long way till Rex. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. And I should have later today, ideally, time permit, my thoughts on the new tier changes that we have for 2021. So I'll see you guys next time. Check out the team. It's on my website, pokeaimMD.com. And of course, subscribe because we are on the way to 300,000 subscribers this year. That is my goal. I'll see y'all. Peace.